In this, Kitty Pryde is trying her best to be normal. I mean, trying real hard to be normal. And not try to be normal just because she doesn't want people to mess with her or to talk about her or anything like that. No. Kitty Pryde, by the time the Fall of X happened, became a killer. A killer.
Certified. Put a stamp on it.
Will she have to go back to being that again? One way to find out. My name is Dorian. This is SEM Comics. We are starting our coverage of Exceptional X-Men with number 1. So our story starts off in Chi-Town, Chicago, Illinois, in a place called Lulu's Tavern, where we see Kitty Pryde is a bartender, and she is making multiple drinks at once. Her girl that's with her is like, hey, make sure you have a heavy pour, better tips. And Kitty Pryde is like, yeah, that doesn't make economical sense. We don't charge enough to do that kind of heavy pour. Now, the place is busy, they're swamped, and she's even willing to do her own dishes. And Lulu, the owner, finally has to step in and said, hey, you need to take a 5-minute break. So, and Kitty's like, no, I don't need it. And Lulu's like, I insist. Now, the reason why Kitty doesn't want to take a break, even 5 minutes, is because then she has time to think about that deep, dark place that she was in, and she doesn't want to. So she just rather stay busy. I can relate. So as she goes back into work, there are these 2 African-American males, and they're talking about mutants. They're talking about how Xavier has been locked up, and how one of them says that they're not even worried about the major mutants because the government got them handled. No, they don't. But then they're like, it's not even the major ones that scare me, it's the weirder ones that you see every day. Now, this is me just kind of spitballing a little bit, but I think Ewing is trying to establish a few things. She's using these 2 black guys to establish that mutants are hated by everybody. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, doesn't matter. Humanity hates mutants. And the reason why this is so profound is because they're literally hating on a mutant who probably has no powers. He just looks different. And all he wants to do is just make his way in the world. And these 2 black guys don't like him because of what he looks like. I would say, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? But that would be right on the nose now, wouldn't it? If the Krakoa era taught us anything, is that the machines look at humans and mutants as the same. Maybe mutants are a little bit more special, just like in humanity. Some people are smarter than others. Some people are stronger than others. Some people are taller than others. But otherwise, they're all the same. Her shift ends. She goes home. She is attacked by a looking corgi, which is a far cry from a dragon. So her friend that she's living with just feels like all she does is work and sleep, and she needs to do something else. But obviously Kitty tells her, no, this is what I need to do, and this is all I want to do. So her friend asks her to come out with her, and Kitty's like, no, my favorite TV show's on. Her friend's like, oh, the Toothpaste Adventures, huh? Because there's a toothpaste commercial on. So her friend finally gets up and leaves. Kitty starts watching the news, and they're talking about the X-Men, which, if you need to catch up, playlist will be in the description. She changed the channel. Nobody's talking about anything special. There's an infomercial. Then she changed the channel again, and they're talking about the X-Men again. So she's like, you know what? Let me just turn this thing off. And then she wasn't really forthcoming with a friend because Kitty Pryde actually has a date at a concert to a band that she used to listen to back in high school. So as she gets to the venue, she's waiting on her date. She's thinking about all the bad things that she's been through. Then she realized that it all might be topped off with she just got stood up. But then she sees all these teeny boppers and they're dressed in their teeny bopper gear. It's probably not even the term teeny bopper no more, but unfortunately I'm just showing my age right now. And then she realizes that she did not get stood up, that she got her dates wrong, that the concert is tomorrow, and tomorrow she works. So then she's like, well, at least I didn't get stood up, but tomorrow I get to be the bad guy and do the whole standing up thing. Stood up, stand up. How's that go? You know what? Let's not even worry about it. So as she's leaving, she sees this teeny bopper and she's arguing with the security guard, trying to get in because her friends got in, but she can't get in. And security guard's being a because he probably found out that his girlfriend's cheating on him and he actually pushes the girl. Now, you have already pissed her off and then you're going to push her? Woo! The look on that girl's face. And she freaks out. And when she freaks out, her X gene activates like it's supposed to when you're a teenager. Now, if you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, go ahead and go into the playlist and enjoy. So the super strength kicked in like right away because she throws this guy. Then she has like these tentacles coming out of her that she's using to wrap around this dude and just give him a hard time. Kitty Pryde's like, oh, well, you know what? She probably got this. As she's walking away, all you hear is bang. Turns around. She's like, damn it, this dude got a gun. And sure enough, he is drawing down on this girl. So Kitty Pryde runs over, grabs the girl, phases her through, and you can see the bullet was going to go right through her forehead. So this dude was trying to kill her. So Kitty phases them both through a wall. Now they're inside the concert. They're trying to make their way through. Security's trying to find them both. And the girl's like, well, we're in the concert, so we might as well enjoy it. Kitty Pryde's like, no, they're going to arrest us or worse. So let's go. And then they phase through another wall going out of the concert. Or at least they thought they phased out the concert room. Really, they phased right into the security room. So now a whole bunch of people is drawing down on them. And Kitty's like, all right, girl, you need to go hide. I need to handle this, which Kitty does. She phases through, gets a guy's gun, holds him hostage, and then grabs a girl and then phases through another wall. So now they look like they're safe, but just to be completely safe, Kitty's like, no, we're phasing through everything. They phase through a butcher shop, they phase to a library, and then they finally phase to Kitty's car. So Kitty's pretty much talking to her, lets her know what her name is by showing her driver's license and everything else. The girl's kind of freaking out because she just now realizes that she's a mutant and that she's going to be hated on. Kitty's like, look, it's not that bad. And she's like, oh, it's not that bad, huh? And Kitty's like, yeah, you might be right. But that still doesn't mean your life's going to suck. It's just that your life's going to be different. So they become friends and Kitty gets her address and drops her off home. So the girl walks into her home. She lives with her grandma and her grandma's like, yeah, I just decided to like stay up and just kind of watch TV. Girl's like, yeah, I just want to be a little lazy. So I'm not lazy. Like, no, but sometimes you just want to be lazy. And like her grandma starts giving her advice and it's like her grandma knows, but her grandma doesn't like let on that she knows. But somehow her grandma knows because grandmas always know. So Kitty thinks about what happens that night and she's like, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. So I'm kind of glad things worked out the way they worked out. She goes to sleep. Her friend, her roommate, wakes her up. She starts to get ready and then she realizes that the teeny bopper brought her a gift. And when she opens it up, it is very, very, very teeny bopperish. Like, I wouldn't even say teeny bopper. Like, I got a 3-year-old daughter and she would be ecstatic if she got something like this. Like, this is right down her alley. And you can see on Kitty's face, she is very appreciative of the gift that teeny bopper left her. So Kitty goes to work and Lulu notices that there's a change in Kitty's demeanor. That, and also too, she notices the earrings that the teeny bopper gave to Kitty that she decided to wear, which is a star and a rainbow. And it says the end, so that's the end of the comic. No, you turn the page and it says, laugh out loud. Just kidding. We are either in an extraordinarily expensive hotel or an extraordinarily expensive mansion. Either way it goes, you got butlers, you got maid service, you got cooks, you got all kinds of stuff. And we got Emma Frost, who is in her room. Her room is kind of trash, and she's talking to herself. I mean, are you really talking to yourself if you can read minds? You know what? That is a damn good question. People in the comments, if you have mind reading abilities and mental powers, are you really talking to yourself? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, the reason why she was talking to herself is because she's been looking for one particular person, and that's Kitty. And she now has found her. This is the real ending now, so you don't got to keep standing here or sitting there looking at the screen, or you're laying there. I'm thinking about this too much. Anyway, go home. Be like Tracy Ullman. Go home. Go home. You probably are home. Man, this is a bad ending.